you. It was like not texting to a yawning. Nowadays I'm even thinking to the morning. Switched up and turned without a warning.
Paycor Stadium on the riverfront here in Cincinnati. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the New England Patriots taking on the Cincinnati Bengals.
Good afternoon, Jets. Madison, U.S. National Weather Service has issued an air stagnation advisory for Meridian. It will be in effect from January 9, 11 p.m. MST until January 15, 8 a.m.
The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Who is this?
Oh, that's Rudy.
Wrong. That.
We are set to go. Evan McPherson to do the honors. Cincinnati. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he only broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. So here come the Patriots now on offense. And they will be let out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now, because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want, but this guy, he is hard to corral. Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
It'll be a gain of 5. 3rd and 7 now.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Throwing here is May. And Diggs has it. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is, because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And that's incomplete.
May's pass, intended for number 37, incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
Now a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. May. They'll check this down to Henderson out of the backfield. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short. So it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Now forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Now May on the sneak. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the...
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first.
Never jump into the ocean if you see a black dog.
To the air, May. Gets this complete to Monte.
At night, accidentally.
Now a
Some public
pause. It
benches
looks
were
like we have a Patriot injured on the play.
This happened in elementary school.
Hopefully, obviously
Ranking
nothing
the best
serious
to know.
here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek,
Do you like the
and
original?
we'll take a break.
That's my inspiration. All them. Mom, quick question.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 9.
Ranking the best, I'm just a...
Well, May going to give it to
Henderson. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Bengals grab it. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolded.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
Hey, we all love a good story, and what we like even more, guys who can fight through adversity. Joe Burrow coming out of high school, goes to Ohio State, doesn't get a chance to start, transfers to LSU, not thought to be a top prospect, ends up the #1 pick in the draft, and justifies it. Tremendous play, excellent mobility, and leadership.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Mike Gesicki, 55 yards. And the Bengals take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
That's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
They didn't come out ready to go. Still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here, so we'll get this up to the 29. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. They'll run with Henderson here to begin the drive. And he'll work this one out to about the 38. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while, because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Douglas, the man in motion. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Well, I would have figured up to the 9-yard run on the previous play. Getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was. And now it's 3rd down.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. On play action, May. And this pass contact, well timed there, and now 4th down.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
So on 4th down, here's Bryce Behringer on to punt for the Patriots. Back deep is Charlie Jones. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
Never jump into the ocean if you see a black hole. This happened in elementary. Some public banks.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow.
I found something cool.
And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly. and knocked it free.
Got a man open. It's Chase. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Ranking the best from
That's Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Francis forgot his lunch.
Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Burrow throw. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Burrow. Open man is Chase complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. The LSU connection. Burrow to Chase for the Cincinnati first.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And bounds inside the 15-yard line. 31 yards there and a first down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Ranking the top 5.
Here's Burrow. And this one nearly picked off. And kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Open man is Yoshimasa. And the Bengals are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
13 yards on the play. That's good for a Bengals 1st down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Brown is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Brown once more. And this time he'll work his way in. Touchdown Bengals. He finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL. A complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it and catch it. And he gets it done.
Okay, I have to do this.
My options flying. I know you're.
McPherson now for the extra point. good to make it 14-0. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
The bird spits.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. New England's offense set to go. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit. 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. From the shotgun.
My mom is
looking for his man on the out route, and he's got Diggs. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
And they go play action with May. Henry brings it in. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's another first down on a big gainer there, 33 yards.
First down. A gain of 33 yards on the play. And the Patriot first down.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows. This one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And then get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
This kid was
They'll
jumping.
throw with May. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
And now to compensate, at least on this drive, a momentary setback though for this passing game.
Ranking the
It has
best
been
move
moving well this series. Good thing for them though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
2nd and 10. On the zone read, here's Henderson with it. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 now, 3rd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
I got it.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. 3rd and 12. To throw, it's May. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into it because they were there to help break that pass up.
On 4th down, out comes Andres Borregales for the Patriot field goal. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say for the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there.
Ranking the best Chanel dance is all we did.
They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
And able to get this out to the 25. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. This one complete to Yoshibas. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Two yards to go, 2nd down. To the air again, Burrow. Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase. And Chase going to pick up a Bengals first down as the tackle is made right at the 25-yard line.
Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Now it's Burrow. And he'll find Chase on the right side complete. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. The 5 plays on this drive, Charles, all passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Again, it's Burrow. Wide open receiver complete. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
All those stops are working. These guys are farming water.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. McPherson's kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about what they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
Oh, she's so good at this.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as they will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk
Shuffling your
takers
like
out there.
songs
They
from
may want to take
Spotify.
one more shot before the clock runs out.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the 3rd quarter as we're ready to kick off the 2nd half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the 2nd half. 17-3 the score as we resume action for the 2nd half on EA Sports. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And the Bengal offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the 2nd half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime. Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball gets super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can now afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
The Bengals bring out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. They juked him. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Patriots take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try to get some points. The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Douglas, the man in motion. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Douglas. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A gain of 6 brings up 3rd and 10.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now mid. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Bengals grab it. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. On those sneaks, Charles, so many arms, bodies in there. Tough to protect it. You see it there.
And you and I both know that behind closed doors, coaches just call that careless. You know you're going into a mass of bodies and they're going to be reaching for the football. And you're taught just to get low, protect the ball, and just drive forward and get what little yardage you need. In this case, let the ball get away from his body. It got knocked free.
From midfield now, Burrow. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. Now it's Burrow. And that one complete once again to Higgins. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run it in with Brown. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Chase Brown, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals take a 3-touchdown lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. And sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
McPherson on for the point after. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 up to 27. Now comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
That's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Again, it's Henderson. They have 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. We're going to throw May. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
So 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati. Oh, and now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
It's complete to Diggs. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Throwing here is May. Another target for Stephon Diggs, and he brings it in. Back-to-back, another first down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or a little bit cheap. If they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They're having issues right now getting that running game going.
I wonder if maybe adopting some of the college run game would help here. Because we're still at that stage where you have a bunch of guys saying, I don't know about what the colleges do. And the college stuff is working in the NFL. Bigger line splits, create some more natural running lanes. Might help the offensive linemen get better angles in their blocking schemes.
And the Patriots are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed, but that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a first down.
Here's Stevenson, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
They'll bring the time. May looking to... He's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Drake May taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Patriots are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that cuts the lead to 24-10. A 10-play drive that time. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Burrow will throw. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He's locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. From the gun, a good 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon, I gotta think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And that is incomplete. Somebody had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
A 51-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle. A 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here. But I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Able to avoid him. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. New England trying to get a place on offense. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the 4th quarter. Here's May. The Bengal pressure gets him that time down in yards. Joseph Osai in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
To the air, May. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And this offense on third down today, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
They'll try and throw for it with May. And they're going to try to screen. It's complete. But he will not get away. He stopped short of the marker. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this.
A full start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Burrow. That is incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You got the lead, just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. And out of bounds right around the 20. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. McPherson's kick is good. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a 1st down.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Diggs with a good footwork. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. New England's offense set to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. He'll find Diggs once more on the completion. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. And if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
It will go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up second down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Second down and 6 now. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
First down, New England.
From the gun, it's May. Douglas with a grab over the middle.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space.
And inches at the 33-yard line.
A good position to be in here, second and inches. They'll throw with May. He finds Douglas complete. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. The Patriots will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. To throw, it's May. Out route, and this is Henry with a catch. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Setting up a screen for Stevenson. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be second and goal.
That's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks, and you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
That's to the pylon and incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
This likely a must-have, third and goal. Play action, May. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
No choice but to go. Here's fourth down now. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on fourth and goal. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. Burrow down to a knee, and that should be the final act of this one. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
Didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Yo, chill. Chill. What?